Welcome back, Camily. Today is a very exciting day. We are adopting a kitten. If you know me, you know how much I love my pets. I have a lot of pets at this point. I think I'm gonna make a separate video kind of introducing you to all my pets individually and talking about all the care that goes into having 6 animals in my house. This is definitely the last pet that I'm gonna get. 6 is more than enough, and I think if I had any more, it would start to be a little overwhelming to be taking care of so many animals. But I'm strapping in because I know kittens, especially in the first year, it's a lot. I'm prepared. I've been doing so much research, and I've been planning on getting a kitten for a really long time. Basically, since I got Ozzy, I knew that I wanted to get a kitten. He acts like a cat. Ozzy's behaviors, he doesn't like dog toys, he doesn't like playing fetch or chasing balls or anything dog related. He's such a snuggly little cat. And so I knew if I were to get Ozzy a little furry friend, it would not be another dog, it would be a cat. He gets along really well with cats. And also I feel like I'm just more of a cat person than I am a dog person, which is why I got so lucky with Ozzy to have a dog with a cat personality. But yeah, I always kind of knew that a cat would be the next addition to our family. And over the last 3 or 4 months, I've been really heavily thinking about it. And at a few points, I even almost took the step to go to a shelter and to look at some kittens or even adult cats. I wasn't super set on getting a kitten, but I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just hold off a little bit longer. And I had travel plans for the summer, so I just decided to wait a little bit. Then a friend of mine was fostering 2 baby girls, kittens that is, not actual babies. She was fostering some kittens, and they were sisters, Stormy and Red. I kind of knew that if I met them, I'd probably end up taking one of them home. And so I went into meeting them for the first time, just kind of accepting that okay, yeah, I'm about to fall in love and I'm about to meet my cat. And that's very much what happened. I went in there and I met them and I fell in love with Red, which is perfect because Stormy, her sister, already had someone wanting to adopt her. It's really sad that they're being separated, but I don't think Stormy's new parents were ready to take on 2 kittens, and I'm definitely not trying to take on 2 kittens either, especially for a first-time cat owner. So yeah, it just kind of all worked out, and they both got adopted at the same time, and that was about a week ago. So I've spent the last week just preparing. I set up a little room in the bathroom for her, basically just put all her stuff in there, and that's where she's gonna be settling in for her first few days here, especially because she is getting spayed today. It's really important to get your cats spayed and neutered, and it's something that is best to happen around 3 months old, which she's about 3 months old. And so that's something that the shelter is arranging before I take her home. So yeah, she's gonna be recovering from her surgery her first few days here, which is gonna be kind of hard, but in a way I think it's better that it's all kind of happening at once. To have those things happen one after another would be, I think, more traumatic than to maybe in her mind kind of have that be one event. So yeah, I'm gonna really try and make this transition as gentle and nurturing as it can be. I've had extensive conversations with the kids about how we're gonna act towards the kitty, especially at first. When you really sit down and explain something to them, they usually understand it pretty well. Colette's done a really good job of handling my snake, which, even saying that for people who aren't snake owners and have never held a snake themselves, imagining a 5-year-old holding a snake, I'm sure sounds scary, but trust me, it's perfectly safe. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't safe. And she does a great job of respecting the snake's boundaries and reading her body language. And that's because I had such extensive talks with her beforehand. So yeah, I really trust them. I really trust Ozzy. I think this is a perfect home for this little kitten. A few days ago, I took the girls to go meet them for the first time, both Stormy and Red. So they've met and I've seen them interact already. It was definitely really reaffirming to see them playing and be okay, this is the right decision without a doubt.
I'm not going to tell. Let's get something.
Let's see, where is...
I love to play with...
I think she's right here.
Oh, she's ready to go home with you guys. She's take me now.
Her name is Savannah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Savannah.
Look at, hey.
Over here.
our kitty?
No, that's our kitty's sister.
That's her sister.
Her name's Stormy.
Look over here. She's ready to go home.
But look, here's your kitty. Your kitty's right here.
She's ready to go home. She said, take me now.
I won't chase.
Yeah, don't
Do you
chase.
have a kitty laser?
I can get her.
No, kitty laser.
A kitty laser. Actually, you know what? I think I do. I've never seen them with it. Let's see.
Hi, girl.
Might be if I have it. It's okay. They would probably play with this one if you guys want to try
It's
it.
not easy.
You guys can try this.
I don't want to get home. I want to get a kitty.
Oh.
We're gonna get her in like 2 days.
Please, can I get her right now?
No, she needs to go to the vet first.
I want to name her Vet.
We're gonna name her Vet.
Vet, come here. She's so cute. She's cute. Vet.
Oh, Dee.
I'm fixing it.
Good.
What's her favorite toy? Which one's her favorite toy?
I don't know. Also, she likes that fish. She's going for the fishy.
She's chasing you, Coco. She wants the fish. I think that was the biggest thing kind of holding me back from getting a cat sooner, was I just really wasn't sure how the girls would be. I think growing up alongside each other the same way Colette and Ozzy grew up alongside each other is probably the best way to do it. And I also feel like I'm just kind of getting the baby phase out of the way while like everyone's young, you know? Like by the time the cat's older, the kids will also be older. I'm already dealing with babies. Why not add another one? So yeah, like I said, she's gonna stay in the bathroom and the girls are gonna use my bathroom because that's kind of their bathroom. But I've kitty-proofed it and it's all set up for her. Everything that's hers has gone in there so she can get her scent all over it, and then when the time's right, I can move those items into the living room and she'll kind of have her scent scattered throughout the house and she'll feel like, oh, this is my home, like these are my things. Another thing I'm super excited about is I set up a little window perch for her, so she has like a little bed connected to the window and she can look out the window and watch the world. I also set up bird feeders right outside the window so she can watch the birds eat. I think that's gonna be so fun for her. Which, by the way, the name we're giving her is Birdie. They've been calling her Red because she's a Russian blue. That's like what kind of breed she is. And so it's just funny to call her Red. But we're changing her name. It's not like she knows her name right now anyways. And we're gonna call her Birdie. I just think it's the sweetest little name for a cat. Addie's here. Ozzy just sneezed on her. I want her to come with me to pick up the kitten, but she's leaving.
Fun fact, I actually was there the day the kitten got brought home from the shelter. And the other kitten was like, her sister, Stormy, was like climbing the kennel, and that's why we picked them, because it was so funny. He was like trying to escape.
Yeah, Stormy's a character.
When you think of those like typical crazy little cats that just like run around and knock everything over, that's Stormy. But Birdie is just a little sweetie. She's such a cuddler from day one. She was like the less shy one. She'll just like let you pick her up. She's gonna be really good for the girls. And I've heard Russian blues just have very tame personalities.
I honestly think her personality is going to be really similar to Ozzy's. Just like chill, walking around, come up, sneeze, cuddle. Maybe not sneeze. Ozzy sneezes like a million times a day.
It's the thing is that he will find you and he'll sneeze on you. It's not just that he's sneezing.
I think he's trying to smell. He's like picking up scent and he's like, oh, let me smell you. And then he just can't smell without sneezing.
I feel sad for him.
I do, yeah. I would never, first of all, buy from a breeder again. And I also would never get a dog that's been bred to be deformed.
It's like, so sad.
Yeah, crazy that I was supporting that. I didn't know better at the time.
Cancelled. Cancel Cameron. Supporting
Hey,
bears.
I'm adopting a kitten now. She's from the streets. And I'm gonna give her literally the most amazing life. Addie has seen me be obsessed. I literally been watching like My Cat from Hell on repeat. Like, I cannot stop talking about this kitten. And like, I'm like, did you know like learning cat behavior. And
It's gonna be so great. Cats are so smart. The girls are like cat people. They love cats. They loved Gabby Cat. Like,
they love Gabby Cat. All right, well, we're like gonna leave right now basically to go get her. I have a little carrier for her. I'm gonna pick up the girls and then pick up the kitten and take her home. It won't be too much today. Like, there's not really a lot going on. She's basically just gonna go like rest up in her little room. I don't want to bother her too much, and I don't want the kids to. They already like got that out of their system when they met her, you know? That's why I wanted to do that first. That way when she did come home and was like overwhelmed, that I could be like, all right, we really gotta give her space. But yeah, I'll update you over the next few days as well, and we're gonna come on this journey. I can just see myself like looking back on this video being like, oh my god, she was so small.
They lived for so long too.
I know. All my pets live for, like, my snake's 30 years.
That's crazy. The kids are gonna be like moving out of the house.
And I'm gonna have my snake and my cat and my dog. Well, I don't know about Ozzy.
Ozzy doesn't seem like the type of guy who has a long life expectancy.
Ozzy's 4 right now. I cannot handle it if Ozzy's like no.
The girls are gonna literally lose their mind.
That's never gonna happen.
You're just gonna have to replace him without them noticing.
All right, let's go. We're back home and the kitty's in her room. She was very active and alert and awake for a cat who just got spayed, but she definitely exerted all the little energy she had when we showed up. And so I just kind of let her hang out in her room by herself for the last like 30 minutes. Girls are painting in the background over there, trying to keep them distracted because they're very interested in going in the bathroom, and I'm like, nah, you can't. She did meow all the way home in the car. She didn't really like her carrier, which is understandable. I thought the girls were meowing. I was like driving, listening to music, and I heard meowing, and I'm like, are you guys meowing or is the cat meowing? And it was the cat. But yeah, when I let her out into the bathroom, she didn't seem too nervous. She seemed very curious and was like just looking around everywhere. And so we just kind of sat with her there for a minute before leaving her alone. Her first instinct wasn't to like run and hide. She just wanted to like smell everything and peep what was going on in there. Where am I? I think I'm gonna leave her alone for the rest of the night until it's dinner time and give her a little dinner and let her sleep. It has now been 5 days since we brought Birdie home. You good? For the first day and a half, she stayed in her little room. She was pretty shy, but she was clearly super curious to see what was going on. So I paused in the backyard, gave her a tour of the house, and just kind of let her run around and see what was up, see where she was. And she was super curious, super confident. And then when Ozzy came back in, not so much. She did not like him. She's never met a dog before, and I think if Ozzy was the first dog I ever met, I'd be pretty freaked out too. No offense, Ozzy. He's a weird looking guy. So I think the hardest part about this transition has been her getting used to Ozzy. She would just like tense up and hiss and strike at him. She never got him with her claws or anything, but you know, she made it known that she was not vibing. And I felt really bad for Ozzy because not only was he not the center of everyone's attention anymore, but he was quite offended that Birdie didn't like him at first. He just wanted to play, and he was wagging his tail and trying to kind of egg her on to play, and she was not having any of it. And so he just stared at me with that little Ozzy look that he does, and he's just like, why doesn't she want to play with me? And he was just super interested, and she was not. So after that, I kind of left her with her things in the bathroom, but I left the door open so that way she could come out if she wanted to. And so she started to go across the hall from the bathroom into the girls' room. And that was her new favorite spot and kind of like the second room in the house that she conquered and made her own. And she really liked playing in there, and of course the girls loved that. So she spent a day just kind of hanging out in the girls' room and going back and forth to the bathroom and the girls' room and kind of checking out the living room a little bit. And by day 3, she was kind of free roaming over the whole house and having a great time. Basically follows me around everywhere that I go. When I go to the bathroom, she's just zooming all over the house. And her and Ozzy, they're not necessarily like playing together or best buds yet, but he is being very patient and understanding of her boundaries, and she is being very brave. Like right now they are next to each other. Got Birdie right here, I got Ozzy right here, and they're doing fine, except she's nibbling at me. So yeah, they're coexisting. Very, very proud of the progress being made. And the girls have been doing really well with her. I don't think there'll ever be a point where she's like not getting enough playtime in, because they just love to play with her. Her personality's really coming through. She's such a good balance of like curious and playful, but also super cuddly and chill. Pretty much anytime I go near her or pick her up, she's purring. I said her name earlier and she just started purring. So I think she already is getting used to being called Birdie. We also have a lot of nicknames for her now. It happens that fast. Mostly I've been calling her the bird. I'll tell the girls, I'm like, have you seen the bird? Do you know where the bird is? Or where's my bird? Also bird girl. I don't know. Bird girl, birdie girl. I'm a cat mom. I love it. I love it so much. She's just such a great addition to our family. I grew up with 4 siblings, and sometimes I feel bad knowing that I won't give that to my kids. Like 2 kids, I'm not having any more, but I loved growing up in such a big family. And so I think having a ton of pets is kind of my way of making up for that. In a way, I have the big family that I always wanted, but instead of more babies, it's some fur babies. And it just makes me so happy that they're all gonna grow up together. 5 days in, and I've already crocheted multiple things for her. I made this blanket. I made her a sweater. It does not fit her yet. I don't know how I managed to make it too big. I literally measured her, but you know, she'll grow into it. And I also made her this hammock in the corner. And that one's a little small for her, but I can always make one that's a little bigger. Want a blankie? My little baby. He loves her blankie. Birdie girl. Oh my goodness, I love her so much. As I was crocheting this, she was attacking my yarn. It was the funniest thing. That's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, Camely.